we got a big issue in the gaming industry right now that we need to address. Let's get into it. What is up, guys? It's your boy Hercules, and we are back at it again. So, as you guys know, 2023, 2022, 2021, and so on, and probably even in the future, we have seen a number of studios shut down or have this apology out there because they release a unfinished product. Now, as you guys know, I don't like when some video games take forever to be developed. Rockstar. But this is another issue. You see, Rockstar takes forever to make their games, but when they release it, it's near perfect. Now you can be really picky and you can find things like some characters can, when they hit, they blend in or something. A lot of games have stuff like that, but you can be very nitpicky and find it. But there's never major issues. When you look at previous video games that come out, you don't have to look too far. You just look at Forspoken. It was another Rush product by Square Enix that was put out there as a PlayStation 5 exclusive. Now, of course, you're gonna have the fanboys on both sides argue that, oh, it plays good, oh, it plays bad, oh, it plays this. At the end of the day, the game was rushed. The game didn't sit in the kitchen for very long, and that's always a bad thing. If you want to look at Redfall, remember Redfall? It was a disaster of a game. Let's be very honest. It was so much supposedly gonna be the game changer for Xbox that even Xbox supposedly they thought it was gonna be a better game. I don't know what the hell they were looking at, but just looking at that game, where was that in your notes? Where in the hell did you think that game was better? Were you playing something else? Were you playing something else? Now, of course, they finally got a freaking patch to try to fix it, but it took them, what, 6 months? They were silent for 6 months. They sold season pass. They said they were gonna give you 2 new characters. None of that was ever mentioned again until finally they patch it up. Now, you can also go back and look at Cyberpunk when they released. Whoo, boy, that was a disaster of a game. And guess what happened? A lot of people got refunds. A lot of people were disappointed. The Callisto Protocol, even though I think the Callisto Protocol was a good ass game, would I say it was a masterpiece of a game? No, but it was what I wanted. Did it have some major flaws? You bet your ass it did. When you look at Starfield, what does everybody say? What does everybody say? Well, it's a Bethesda game. You know it's gonna be buggy. So you know it's gonna be buggy, and you're okay with that, right? That's why they call it Buggy Bethesda. But they get angry when you bring up the facts when people were telling them, well, we know it's gonna be very buggy. But this is the problem. If we already know how the company is, how they're always buggy as hell, why don't we hold them to different standards? Why don't we force them to make better shit? Why don't we force them? We are always okay with Rockstar taking years upon years working on GTA 6, years upon years working on Red Dead 2, and they always come out near perfect. But when you look at Starfield and how bad of a game that is, and sure, you can find some enjoyment. Like I said, a lot of times you can find some enjoyment. When I played Cyberpunk 2077, I did find some enjoyment, but the buggy, the freaking crashes and all of that, it took me out. It pissed me off. I went and got my money, and I will never play that game again. I don't care if they fixed it. The same thing could be said to Redfall and how there's only like 4 people playing it. Now that they fixed it, would some people come back? Sure. But it should have never been in that situation. Look at Halo. All the mesmerized things. Remember when they were struggling? When they said this game was gonna release on day 1 when the Xbox Series X releases? It never came out that same day. It got delayed and then it get delayed again. And when it got delayed the second time, it was gonna come out with no multiplayer, no other game modes. It was missing a lot of stuff. Now, after 2 years, now it has some of that stuff. But it should have never been released unfinished. You look at games like the Lord of the Rings, the Gollum game came out broken as hell. But those companies, you know what happens? If they have one fucked up, they get shut down. They get closed. Now, I'm not saying people should lose their jobs, but we should hold these freaking studios to a higher degree. You are spending a lot of money on these video games. We are spending a lot of money to buy your video games just so you can trick us to spend $70, $50 and you want to give us some bullshit apology? No. You should have never released this shit this bad. But the problem is we have people out there that are Sony ponies, that are Xbox fangirls, that hold themselves or each other's companies to a different degree, but when it comes to their company, their team, they're very silent. Now, again, like I said, I haven't seen many issues with the PlayStation, but we've seen Xbox have some big problems. And it's time that the gaming industry, the fans, we start holding these studios to a different level of stuff that they release, these video games that they release. Instead of being broken, make sure you fix it before you release, because I'm tired of buying video games and then being broken. I bought Gotham Knights. Is Gotham Knights the worst game ever? No. I think it's a solid game, but it has major flaws. How in the hell, if it's so true that 30 FPS, I don't have a problem playing 30 FPS games, but I think it's hilarious how some people will sit there and say, well, I can't play a game that's 30 FPS, then yet they go play fucking Starfield that's 30 FPS and sit on national TV or YouTube and claim it runs smooth as butter. What? What are you talking about, man? I'm tired of these people just pick and choose. If it's true, look at me. I can play 30 FPS games. I can play 60 FPS games. I can play 20 FPS games. I don't mind as long as the gameplay is good, the story is good, where I feel like I'm getting something out of it. Gotham Knights gave me that. But I am tired of playing these games, buying these games that are so broken that I can't even enjoy for what I pay. Maybe it's just me, but I don't feel like I'm the only one out there. We need to have a better understanding of these games. We need to hold these gaming studios, the gaming industry, to a higher standard. Let me know what you guys think down below. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like, make sure to subscribe, and I'll catch you guys next time.
I've ridiculed everyone on the roster. I just want to say from the bottom of my heart, I'd like to take this chance to apologize to absolutely nobody. The